All right, am I up? I am. Excellent connections. Okay, let's see the answer. So okay, the hi again. The internet dropped, and I had to record the second part of this video. It just dropped, and the YouTube ended the video. God, it's annoying. Anyways, so I asked. So looks like Google caught up with OpenAI, and it actually is even better. And also, Google has advantage for onboarding due to existing Gmail, Google Workspace, and Android customer base. Apple is behind, but I think they will crush it because it's clear LLMs are not a mode. The mode is always in the end. It's distribution and customer experience. Now give me your feedback like you are Steve Jobs. Make a case like he would make if he was asked why are they behind. And this is a fun exercise. And I'm using Gemini to just run this experiment, and let's see. All right, listen up. There's a lot of chatter out there, a lot of noise about who's ahead in this so-called LLM race. Google, OpenAI, all of them, they're throwing spaghetti at the wall, seeing what sticks. They're focused on the technology, on building the biggest, flashiest brain, and that's fine. Let them. But there is the thing, and it's the same damn thing it's always been. It's not about the technology, it's about the experience. It's about how the technology melts into your life, how it becomes invisible, indispensable. They talk about LLMs not being a mode, and they are right. A model, no matter how clever, is just a tool. Anyone can build a hammer, but can they build a hammer that feels like an extension of your own hand? Wow. One that you want to use, that you love to use. That's that's where Apple lives. We don't chase fads. We don't release something just to say we released it. We wait, we observe, we let the chaos unfold, let others make their mistakes, chase their dead ends, and then when the time is right, we come in. This is unbelievable. I think that's actually how he would answer. Because what is the mode? You said it yourself, distribution and customer experience. Look at what we've built. Billions of devices in people's pockets, on their desks, in their homes. An ecosystem that just works. Mail, calendar, photos, messages. They're not just apps. They're fabric of how people live their lives. And that's not some loose collection of services. It's a meticulously crafted, integrated experience. These other guys, they've got their LLMs, sure, and they'll try to bolt them onto whatever they have, but they don't have the seamless integration we do. They don't have the iron grip on hardware and software that lets us deliver something truly magical. It's actually true. If Apple, I mean, I'm actually excited to see what Apple will do. Imagine an intelligence that doesn't just answer your questions but anticipates your needs, an intelligence that understands your context, your relationships, your intentions, not because you explicitly told it, but because it's deeply woven into the very fabric of your digital life. That's not just a chatbot, that's a personal intelligence. We are not building a better search engine, we are not building a glorified autocomplete. We are building the next evolution of personal computing, an intelligence that empowers you, the user, and in ways you haven't even imagined yet. And privacy, forget about this cloud-based behemoth sucking up every bit of your data. We are building this with privacy at its core, on device intelligence, where your personal data stays personal because trust ultimately is the deepest mode of all. That is actually true. So are we behind? No, we're building it right. We're building it for the user. We're building it for the long haul. And when we reveal what we've been working on, you'll see it. It's not just about LLMs. It's about making your life better, and that's a revolution no one else can touch. I mean, I have to say it's pretty incredible. It's like if no one told me it's written by AI and it was said by Steve Jobs, I would be like, I would believe it. Let's see source. Apple intelligence and privacy on iPhone. Oh, okay. They used Apple documents, an Apple press release about how the what they think about it, and like they. I mean, but I think it's kind of close to like what Steve Jobs would do, because he engraved he engraved that culture into Apple. And yeah, I mean, it's really, I have to say, it's believable. It really is believable. So yeah, I mean, do you guys use AI in your daily life or daily work? I mean, I use it every day. I use it for everything. Not gonna lie, I use it literally for. I mean, for it really helps. It's like it it's like a super advanced calculator. I mean, you can calculate numbers yourself, but why? I mean, you can do the next step after the calculating the numbers faster. You can do more things. So yeah, I just think that um, it's it's a super tool. And what is this? I guess it's some generative AI. Anyways, I am this time I'm really, one second, Alchemist, to build or not to build. I think I decided finally that I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do hardware consulting. I don't want to do any consulting, to be honest. I don't want to do any tech related stuff. It's just, I think I got permanently burned down on it. And I also think that I want to, I mean, I want to be, I want to write sci-fi. That's it. That's what I want. I want to be a sci-fi writer in manga format, like, or in like, or I mean manga format, or like comic format, or then turn it into movies and or animation or whatever, right? Like, I mean, my my favorite author is Isaac Asimov. I mean, his books, I mean, I talked before, his books are absolutely unreal. I know everyone knows his Foundation, but I strongly recommend the Robot series. That is just mind blowing. And his ring round sound. I mean, the guy wrote so many books. I don't know how. He was so prolific. Like, look at all these books. The Caves of Steel. Yeah, these books are unbelievable. These books are so amazing. Like the Naked Sun, the Caves of Steel, all of them, all of them. Pebble in the Sky. Yeah, it's pre-foundation. So he basically, what he did, this, I mean, if you're interested, I strongly recommend. He basically, the main theme is, he basically talks about what will happen with Earth, right? That's basically the main theme. The main theme is what will, no, I don't want to go to, I don't want to go to, let me open the image in a new tab. Yeah. He talks about, he basically talks about evolution of humanity, where we will go, like, like where we will go, like, from where we are now, and potentially what will happen. And his theory is that I think we will expand, and then those who left Earth will be in conflict with those who stayed on Earth, because they will basically become two different civilizations. Then those who left will be more advanced, but they will stagnate. And then the chaos and poverty that left on Earth, and like backwardness, will save the stagnation, because they will start travel again. And I mean, while those who left, they're like outwards, those who stay, they're like in caves of steel. They're basically went inward, and it's like inward versus outward, like. And inward is conservatives, and outwards, I assume, like more progressive views. And like, because those who went outward, they're like gene editing, like robots, they all type of cool, all the cool stuff is with those who left. And those who stayed on Earth are um, conservatives. They hate robots. They have them, but they hate them. And like they live in the under the ground. They don't want to go outside, because they want everything to be controlled, and like even the weather and everything. No windows. Um, and then, but those who are out, like spacers that left, they they stagnate. They develop so well that they kind of stop developing. Then they start stagnating. They stop developing new worlds. At certain point, they stop. And if they don't continue, and if Earth stays the way it stays, the humanity will just die off. And then the goal is to ignite interest in humans on Earth, to start moving. And so this chaos that, like, basically when it becomes perfect, it stops growing and it dies. When it's chaotic, there is like random things happen, and random things lead to like evolution. And that's basically, you can say, the premise of this. Because then these are pre foundation, like it's closer to our time parts, but it's way ahead. It's like hundreds of years ahead, while foundation is like maybe 1,000 year ahead from our time. And in the foundation, it's already empire, and like all those spacers. There's Earth is not even remembered. It's like the capital is totally different planet, and Earth is not even in the history books. It's forgotten. And then it's like it's about, like, I mean, I read the books, but it's basically about how empires, how human civilization grows, finds us what it thinks is perfect way, follows this perfect way, and then ends up stagnating, and ends up in a very precarious and very weird situation, where it's kind of good times, but it's clear that it's downhill from there. And how, what you do in that situation, which is, I think these books actually are really I mean, they're really useful for our time. I mean, someone even said that, like, he basically wrote sci-fi about rise and fall of Roman Empire. He based these books on fall of Roman Empire, and like how then it like rised again. And basically, like, foundation is about like finding solution for post fall, what to do when empire will fall, because it will be in denial, but it will fall, it will be in denial. How to preserve the knowledge, and like what, and to reignite the civilization and create new empire. And yeah, it's very kind of philosophical and very interesting how he did it. But again, if you boil it down, That's what he's talking about. He's talking about how human civilization evolves, gets to a certain point, stagnates, and dies, and basically is reborn again, and the cycle repeats itself again and again and again and again. It's very, very interesting. Um, yeah, and it's if we talk about the big picture. I mean, I know, how did I end up talking about Asimov? I just, in my mind, I'm listening right now to. I just finished listening to The Caves of Steel and The Naked Sun. I already did it, but I'm doing it second time. That's how much I like this book. Now I'm listening to The Robots of Dawn. I mean, some people find it boring, but I actually don't find them boring. Some things are outdated, but what's cool about them is, I mean, the way he kind of, he's really good about exposition. Asimov is Asimov's exposition is really well done. I never feel that I'm. I rarely feel that I'm explaining like that someone is explaining me something. I feel that I'm actually there, and that's crazy considering the concepts. Like, like considering the world I'm in, and like what is happening around, and I think he achieved that by giving a reader, me, enough things that I actually know, to which I can like kind of like hold on, or like like for example, um, things like he starts with point of view of a grumpy detective, right? And like this grumpy detective and his worldview in like the future, in with like with all this space travel and robots and all this stuff, and the way he sees the world, with the way he explains the world, the way it's like you can kind of relate to it, while all this crazy stuff is around, like advanced and futuristic stuff is around, like robots and space travel and stuff, artificial intelligence. But because the main character, and just in general the way the story is told, is like from the point of view of like normality, let me put it this way, it's like it's the world itself is uh, one second. If she if he was like if he was let me put it this way, if he was adding to the if he was adding to that outworldiness and that crazy stuff that like he talks about, and crazy philosophical concepts also, like some, like from point of view of robot, or of an alien, then it's totally not relatable. It would make everything so hard to understand and so hard to relate to. But because he used such a relatable character from, and he tells this crazy out there story, and like this like philosophical question from a point of view of someone who is so relatable, it makes it all so kind of easy to absorb. And also how he makes the exposition, I want him to tell me more about it. I want him to tell me more details about the world, about like why this, why that, because we're solving a crime. It's like it's a detective. And I mean, not all of his books are like this, but these specific books, they just like make it so that I actually want exposition. I I I I, I want to know more. I'm not like, oh, here we go. He's explaining it like again, like he's explaining this and he's explaining that. Okay, okay, got it. Cool. Can we just move on? Like, let's go. And that's why exposition doesn't affect pacing. It's really interesting. So um, and Yeah, I just got some message. Sorry. Yeah, yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I first of all I strongly recommend to read these books, and second of all, I decided that I'm gonna write sci-fi. I'm just now, I'm just now figuring out how to proceed this because this is such a drastic change, and my mind is always and my kind of I always go and end up in freaking like product and tech and like this mode because it's so convenient and comfortable, and I'm trying to find my like I'm trying to find a way to just totally like focus on this stuff because that's I feel that's where I want to be. I feel that's what I want to do. That's it. That's what I want to do. That's I want to I want to travel to this unknown worlds, and what is the better way than create them and experience them with characters that I create and that I like, and like create all surroundings and everything. And I will use AI for as an assistant to help me to do some mundane stuff like I mean research. I mean it's like it's such a magical time to write stuff like this. I mean, not like yeah, write me a book. It's just what was the story about? Like, can you give me a succinct history of Roman Empire, like, or whatever you want, or like you want to add some civilization to your like story, or you want to blend some cultures and make new creatures, whatever. It's you don't need to read and Google. You can ask and it bam, it happens so quickly. Or you want to mock up, you can use AI, generative AI, to generate you some mock-up. I mean, not stealing others' art, just to give you mock-up of an idea, and then you, based on this, you kind of make your own stuff and you draw it yourself. Or it's. I, I'm excited. I'm really excited, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And so, on this note, I would like to end today's stream, and I will be doing more streams. I think sci-fi related and like how I create my sci-fi, because it's really hard for me to understand even what to talk about. Sometimes right now I'm trying to find the consistency. It's like a 6 weeks in a row, which is great, and I'm proud of myself. So yeah, let's keep doing it. I know there's no viewers, but I mean there will be viewers one day, and even if not, we will keep going. And the goal is to write my own sci-fi and to entertain. Let's try and see you in my next video, and have a great week and weekend. Bye bye. Yo.